What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 8 of the Authentic Era podcast show. Dropping stuff, whatever we call it. As always, I am Eddie, coming to you live from Memphis, Tennessee, and then I got my best buds, good friends, fellow nerds.
Howdy, y'all. How you guys doing today? Thanks for joining us again. Always thanks for joining.
Yeah, we appreciate you. If you're joining us in the chat, shout out to Julio. I see 10. I see Dave. Dave, I'm glad you're with us. We got some things to discuss involving you, I guess. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll get into it. So I think we're gonna start off today. We'll talk about some. We're gonna do some releases, and then we'll get into some discussion. Yeah, so maybe we can hit. Let's see.
Just start off with a little bit of intros. What are we drinking today?
Oh yeah, let's. Man, I'm way ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Come on, Eddie.
Come on.
Let's start with you today, Eddie.
It's my first
start with you.
Yeah, I got something new, something special. I got a Bang. Well, that's not new. Blackberry Blast Sweet Iced Tea.
Oh.
Saw it on the shelf. Had to get it. So, yeah. So we'll.
Nice.
That sounds pretty good. I would try that. I'm a berry guy.
Tea?
I'll do anything with berries.
Yeah, I'm into the berries.
Especially the darker of the berry.
What we got, Bill?
Today we're doing Belching Beaver.
The Beeve.
You know, Phantom Bride, Deftones collab. It's a good IPA. It's like super solid. I like this one.
Sweet.
I was just trying to go more light. It's pretty much like the most domestic IPA craft beer that you can get because it's distributed everywhere. But for good reason. It's good.
Still a good choice.
As I spill it all over my fucking desk.
What's the Deftones best album? Let's start off with some controversy.
That's all you guys, man. I know they fucking got music, but I don't know. Like you guys know. And I'm panicking here because I got a fucking mess. So.
I'll start out with even more controversy. I'm not a Deftones fan at all.
Whoa!
It's
not
for
a
me.
Deftones fan. You know, I am not a huge Deftones fan. I liked them. So my favorite Deftones song is Back to School. That's a great song. what is Around the Fur probably is gonna be my choice. I think for their best album.
Right.
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 I don't know what Todd says White Pony.
Pony.
Like to see but they all stink. Todd says. Yo, they're not my favorite band, but I appreciate them. I appreciate them.
They kind of teeter on like radio rock for me.
Dave said White Pony as well. Wow.
I'm not like, they never did it for me. Tool's another band that really never caught me. I mean, these are things that would probably get me punched in the face by a lot of people, but that's just not for me.
Hey, we're not.
I could name better technical bands than Tool. I think I had a weird high school music teacher that like just absolutely flourished with U2 and Tool. It was a really weird combo. Yeah. And I just remember being like, fuck this old guy. I'm not listening to this guy.
You're tainted.
Terrible. It's terrible.
Tainted.
Not for me.
Quick shout out to SD Chicana. I don't know her name. Y'all know her name? Renee. Thank you. Sorry, Renee. Shout out to Renee. She's at the Pods Dodgers game. Go Pods.
Go Pods. They are currently losing.
She just chimed in to say hey. So thanks. You can always catch us later on the stream, replay, VOD, all the shits we'll talk about at the end.
Yeah.
Joe, what are you drinking?
I had a friend come from Colorado yesterday, came by to see the baby, and I'm drinking a beer from Outer Range Brewing, a very good brewery in Frisco, Colorado, which is maybe 15 minutes from Breckenridge.
Okay.
If you're familiar with freeways and all that good stuff out there, really cool town. I was pumped to get some of this beer, really good stuff. And it's just a regular old IPA, little Strata, Citra, some good stuff. All the good hops.
Nice.
The goods.
I don't make enough to go to Breckenridge, so I don't know. Can't go there.
Now, if you ever had a chance, like it's under 2 hours from Denver, so it'd be one of those things. If you were in Colorado and you wanted to see the town, we're not big like snow people, but we were able to take whatever the sky trolley, like the lift,
tram lift thing,
tram lift, whatever it is. We took it all the way up to the mountain. It was really cool. We were kind of in the middle of like a small snowstorm, nothing too crazy, and right. Cool town, cool atmosphere. The brewery's rad. I don't expect you to ever get up to that brewery, but maybe Bill will go one day.
Yeah, maybe. I'm off camera right now. I'm trying to clean up my.
Yeah, we still gotta clean up on aisle Bill.
Good. I know, dude. That's oh my god.
Yeah, my cousin and his wife live in Denver, and I shout out to Ryan who subs. I talked about him last week. Subs but doesn't watch, so you'll never see this. But I guess I could say whatever I wanted. But I'd love to go out there. I was just actually looking at flights. Bad time to travel, but I was just looking at flights to see what's out there, what's going on. It's pretty cheap.
It's a beautiful,
like $130.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful place, man. You would really like Red Rocks, the Red Rocks area.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love that stuff.
You don't have to. There doesn't have to be a concert for you to go and check that place out.
Right.
It's you could just go and park and walk it and kind of see the beauty of it. I'd love to see a show there. It's on my short bucket list. I hope I could do that within the next couple of years.
Yeah, he had he just posted some tickets he purchased. I want to say it was Coheed at Red Rocks. I don't know who they're touring with, but yeah. So he was looking forward to going to that. It's not looking good though, to be honest. Get together is not looking good going into 2022. So. Well,
there's all kinds of issues. We'll keep those off.
Welcome back, Bill.
Hey, how's it going?
Good to see you. What's that hat? I love it. Guam. Is it?
Yeah, dude. This one was from a brand called Crowns. They're like I guess Guam's biggest like streetwear brand.
Okay.
They kind of made their name with hats, and then now they do like apparel and a whole bunch of stuff. They've done a few collabs.
Word?
Yeah, but
I dig it.
it's one of their own brands. It has their own like tag on the side.
Yeah.
They did a few that collaborations with like information, well, mostly honors, you know, when they were in Vegas, and they actually got some new eras too. So I have a couple of their new era ones too. But yeah, shout out to Crowns. I don't know them personally, but they're cool dudes. So
I know we're all into the hat thing still. Have you guys noticed the resurgence of New Era? Like it's like times 10, times 50, times 100 almost. You have like Hat Club and all these stores getting like exclusive colorways. The pink brim doesn't do it for me, but
I saw those.
Patches like these overly patched New Eras are a huge thing right now, and it's just kind of weird to see that cycle come back.
Right.
If you go to Lids, they're even selling blank New Eras again. Like you haven't seen that in like decades, right? They would never let you like do that because they don't want any like people embroidering.
You just
I guess
embroider
and doing
whatever
shit.
you want on there.
Right, but you go there, you buy blank ones in Lids, and you can tell them to embroider them. Right, they have the machines in store.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why they kind of let up on that. People like the DIY thing nowadays. So
I had I still have it somewhere. But it's an old Red Sox cap, and I got I think it either says B9 or Bridge 9 hardcore. I embroidered on the back because I'm a nerd. But yeah, yeah, I got it in the gold lettering. It's old. It's in there, so it's in my closet. So yeah, so let's talk about some releases, new releases, and then we'll get into some other things. But let's start here. Let's start with the Boot Skoot.
Oh. I was shocked when I got the press release where I was like, "Whoa, what is this thing?" When I saw it, and I'm like, "We got to talk about it." I mean, it's out there,
Right. It's interesting. You know
the vibes though. You see the inspiration, I think, right? I mean,
yeah,
Kanye, Fear God stuff.
Absolutely.
Right?
And I think like, for me, this is not a shoe for me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't know if you have seen the replies from our post about it. When we posted them up, I'll pull them up right now, but overwhelmingly positive response from people. There really only like two negative responses out of all the ones that we've received. People are like, they're crazy, they're ugly, but they grow on you. Like
I guess we're now really proving how old we are.
Well, we're the old heads, right?
We are, man.
That's how we are, man.
They're ugly.
They
I'll
are.
say.
It doesn't go with my camo cargo shorts and black T-shirts. I mean, it's not for me. That's for sure.
Yeah, but how skinny do the jeans or the pants have to be for you to
how many tears in them? How many?
Yeah.
You got to have a lot of. You need at least 10. Probably good shreds in your jeans.
I like to think that I like a little bit of fashion, but that's a little more fashion forward for me. The high rap of it it's just odd. It's odd.
Todd,
I think we all nailed it, right? Like it's just not for us.
Todd mentioned something kind of funny. He said that these are a spandex Revere. So I pulled up the Taka Revere here. On stream, and it's like
you don't know
a high top Revere, ankle boot Revere or mid calf Revere or something. The Revere's high anyway, but these are definitely.
I get it that it's like they took their surf boot, right, which is what it was made for surfing. And they put like a wearable sole on it. They went with the Air Mag type look, with the translucent blue. It's just maybe it would have worked with premium leathers. Maybe.
I mean, I guess are they neoprene? It's
It
what
looks like it's a
I'm
mixture of
guessing.
neoprene. There's some patent leather hits on it. I didn't really get a really good look at it, but
They
if they
look
would,
cheap though. Like,
it looks athletic. Like it's like a
right,
surf boot, right? Like a booty,
right.
And
like what it is.
is this an evident sole? Is that what this outsole is? Is it the evident
No,
sole, or
no,
is
no,
this a
it's a
whole
little bit
different thing?
different. Yeah, I don't even know if they use that from something else or did they make it for this shoe. They might have just made it for it because it's all kind of, it's got little waves in it, right? It's kind of
Right.
rounded and
I think the sole looks
That's for
dope. But like
space travel.
the clear waffle with the embossed um, red heel tab. It looks dope.
yeah, the back of
Um,
it looks super sick to me. And like, yeah, on the right outfit for the right person, not me. I mean, it would look dope,
yeah.
I'm sure,
Mhm.
but
So
yeah,
somebody,
maybe less panels on it. Maybe it's got too many
That's a
things.
moon boot, bro. That's for NASA. That's
All right.
yeah,
That's for
maybe these
space
are
travel.
Todd Sachs for Vans.
Todd
Tom
Sachs.
Sachs, not Todd. Tom Sachs.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Tom Sachs for Vans. Someone
Yeah.
messaged me and said that they look like Wish Air Mags.
Sure.
Which
Mm.
Right.
I can see it.
Right. Or like Luke Skywalker wore those on Hoth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What he wore.
There you go, man.
Oh man, Vans, we love you, man. You try new stuff. It's dope. I'm into it. I wonder how much they are. Did we say how much they are?
No,
Or
they
they're
didn't
not out
mention
yet,
it. Yeah, didn't mention it yet.
They come out on Saturday. Is that right? The 28th. Is that Saturday? Yeah.
They're gonna have a hard release date for them too. Oh man.
Yeah, it says available at select dealers August 28th. So the general Vans Meatpacking, which I guess is the Vault store.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the New York Vault store, right?
Yeah. And then Chad is going crazy. And then it looks like online it's Sense, J2, Off the Hook, Bodega, Lapstone and Hammer, Commonwealth, Feature, Soul Classic, Sneakers and Stuff, and Blend. So like your usual suspects.
Smart though. Yeah, they
You can
kept
have
it.
that
They like kept it
$100
high
price tag,
level.
too.
Yeah, and it'll be
Right.
sought after if it's
Right.
that limited. So it hopefully should do fine. You know.
I'd like to see what the shops are gonna do, product shots that they're gonna do, because I don't know, the ones from Vans aren't very flattering. I think
Sometimes, but yeah.
these ones
I mean,
specifically.
That shoe in general is just, it's not flattering.
Yeah.
Go
We'll see
get
what
you
they
some
do.
for Christmas.
Let's see what
Right.
J2.
Thank you, Bill.
What they do. Yeah, this is what we're coming. This is this is coming for your Christmas
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, so the Boot Skoot LX, something new. You know, if I were a betting man, I would say this may be a one-off thing that we see. Vans does that from time to time, but who knows? Maybe this is a new entry into the rotation. Not my rotation, but somebody's rotation for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, people love them. So pretty crazy. You know, I was definitely not expecting the type of love that these were getting, but hey, you know, if you like them, I love them. We're just here to tell you about them.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what we got as far as new releases this week. We also have coming up. Let me go back to it. The Born Free release. So Born Free, if you don't know, is a motorcycle show. This is like their. You know what number this is? Like,
I think they start in 13 or 12.
Yeah.
I don't know. Blend started doing Vans like in 14 with
this is Born Free number 12.
Okay, they're on 12 now,
So
right?
yeah,
Okay.
so this is number 12 for them. It starts Friday, goes through Monday, I think.
Yeah,
or Sunday?
maybe a weekend thing. Yeah.
So yeah, so we have a little bit of a retrospective. I guess I should have pulled that up. Whoops. Let me pull that up real quick. But we don't know what's coming yet. So Blends posted. Sort of a weird thing happened. Blends posted this image, and we saw. I was like, okay, cool. So there is something coming because it was sort of like, I don't know. Normally we had heard something beforehand.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When it came
Like a
to
slight
this.
preview, like almost like a full week.
Right.
Right.
And that is not something that had happened this time. This year, with COVID and everything, it's sort of weird. We were sort of waiting to see what happened, but we had not heard peep about anything until just a couple days ago. 3 days ago is when they posted this, but then they took it down. Like within like 12 hours, it was gone. And then they reposted it. So I'll pull up the other one that they reposted, and it's the same, but it's mirrored. No, it's a different image. Yeah. So it's a different image entirely. Comparing them on stream, yeah. So different image. They move Vault from the middle and put it on the right side and put blends in the middle. But so what we can see anyway is it looks like an old school, right?
Looks like an old school.
So yeah, and that was the rumor from the beginning. From Jules, I asked Jules, and he said, yeah, pretty much they reordered last year's shoe. They they didn't. I don't know. I guess they didn't have a design ready or something, but then we brought it up during the meetup, with Tack, and Tack said, like Jules don't know shit. So we're like, oh, okay, so maybe not. I don't know for sure, but so that's what Jules had told me first of all, and but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when they post it up if it's the same.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So...
Maybe Tack did something small. Maybe the red and the blue are switched. I don't. Who knows?
So it looks like the first first collab they did was 2016, right? With
was
that
it?
first
The old school, the black and canvas. Yeah, 16. Yep.
With the red, white, and blue jazz stripe, clear outsole.
That was the one where Julio pulled up in the Mustang and did a burnout, right, in the dirt. Right, Julio, right.
Julio, you remember that?
You're a legend because of that, bro. We still bring it up.
Talk about you from this
day.
We
still talk about you because of that.
So
hilarious.
So 2016 they had the old school, and then which is, I think I said that was when I did the retrospective for the year. Every year I do a best releases of the year. I want to say that I chose that as the #1 release of the year back then. Really cool, super.
It's a good
dope
concept,
shoe.
man. It's so simple, right? You just took a GR and touched it up with like the side stripe, made a clear waffle sole, and then custom printed footbed. But other than that, it's a VLT, or a silo. It's not an original, so elevated there. It's kind of cool. But yeah, dude, simple enough where it's like it was perfect. Makes perfect sense to have that shoe, and no wonder they kept redoing it in different colors, and styles.
So that brings us to 17, and that's when they did the OG high, the first OG high that they did, the blue.
Yep.
I guess it's like a navy upper, which is super dope. Canvas and suede. I actually just got a pair of these on eBay. It was like $70, I think. No box, but dead stock. So big come up for that. So I was super stoked to get those. So one of the blends pairs that I sold back in 2018. So I'm slowly getting all those back. But another really cool iteration. And
it's a good blend shoe to have that really doesn't resell for a lot, so you can get them for pretty good prices.
And then we've got the following year, they did another skate high. This time a reissue, black, basically the same on a reissue / classic silo, but a black upper. Another cool one. Those you don't really see that often. Don't pop up too often, but another dope shoe. That was in 18, and then
skip 19. 19, nothing came out.
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened there. It was just we didn't talk about it.
But then last year, Born Free was canceled last year. Is that right?
Yeah, there was no Born Free.
So
Right, because it's in June. June was like peaks, beginning of summer.
right.
Yeah.
And you know how, if you recall, I guess it wasn't too dissimilar to how it is right now. Last
Yeah,
year,
right.
Worse in a lot of places right now. But so they did a black old school, like the original old school they did, but this time on an OG silo with black leather upper. So super
black
cool
leather suede combo, right?
And if that, I'm just speculating here, but I don't know what y'all think, but looking at the image that Blends posted, that's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. It looks like it.
Now, it's impossible to tell, like, maybe it's not all leather, maybe it's a canvas and a leather, or a suede and canvas, something. Tough to tell from this image, the blurry image that they posted here, but
maybe they're making us a mid.
it definitely, I'm here for that. I'll take it. But that's what it looks like to me, which, I'm cool with because I missed out on those. So if I get a chance to get them again for retail, I'll take it.
Yep.
So no complaints from me if that's what they do.
But obviously they have something releasing, I don't think they would do this if they didn't have anything.
Something coming out this week. Dave says it's the same. I am leaning towards it being the same. What was the release like last year online? How did that go?
There wasn't one last time. Was there?
The leather one.
Right. Did they not release them online?
Yeah, leather old schools
the year before.
Right, in 19 they didn't, but last year when Born Free was canceled, Blends just released them online on the Blends store.
Right.
And I think I remember purchasing them online. You had time. You had a little bit of time. If you wanted pairs, you could get them.
Yeah.
I think they were sought after for sure, but
maybe they had a lot of pairs.
Yeah, that and everything kind of who can make money off it. So a lot of those people were out of that,
right.
which was good. I think they didn't sit by any means, but they definitely took a couple minutes for them to sell out.
Dope. Tough to say. I wish we had more information, about what was coming or what to expect, but I assume we'll get a post tomorrow about them, maybe, with some more information about release details. I don't know. Bill, are you planning on going to Born Free?
No, thought about it just to take the nephew and stuff. You can go around and look at, a bunch of Harleys and whatnot. But
it's a really cool event. It's a great all-day event. You can see a lot of really cool things if you're into, cars or custom motorcycles. You could find a new switchblade. They'll sell you knives there. It's
cocaine.
It's kind of like it's like a motorcycle carny show, if that's. But it's well organized. It's fun.
And it's good people, right?
There's cool stuff.
We've got Max Schaff is did he found it? Is he like the founder of Born Free, or is he just really involved?
I think probably just involved, I'm assuming. Okay. But then again, I don't know. It's not our circle, so.
Right. Yeah. I'm trying to be my circle.
It leans more towards to me, it seems like the more hipster side of like the Harley builders and stuff. Like, maybe the more, I wouldn't just say hipster, but the more higher end, the guys that like really like know their shit and really into it. But
some of those custom bikes you're looking at tens of thousands of dollars.
Easily.
Man. So there's some cool stuff there. There's some real cool stuff.
Really dope. I'm just looking for a new seat. I'm looking for a comfy seat because my butt hurts after riding this hard foam that I got on this thing. So, Blends, do a collab with Born Free on a motorcycle seat.
There you
Look
go.
It up.
There you go.
So that's this weekend. Yeah, I wish we had more info, but that's where we're at.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out on Instagram and the socials. I don't know if there's an online release planned. Who knows? So we'll see. If there's a way to get them, we'll let you know. So that's
Next week.
Yeah.
After we get ours, we'll let you know.
Right, of course.
So
how it
let's get into some other topics here. We'll come back to that. But let's talk about the SE bikes.
Yep, just dropped today, yesterday, and the day before.
Yeah, so we had a 3-day drop of the SE bikes, the Vans SE bikes, the 24th, 25th, and the 26th. So, kind of a shit show.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean,
Kind of bad. Dave, for instance, he hit on the 24th. He got the black one, which was, I think, probably the most sought after one. That was one that we saw in like Kim Kardashian's social media and stuff like that, which kind of blew me away. I wasn't expecting to see that.
Also, the smallest of the bikes.
The smallest one. And he hit on it, but they canceled his order and I guess are refunding his money.
That's what he said. We're kind of waiting on a little bit more information because there's a few different things. This morning he got charged.
Yeah.
So the money went through, but this was after he got the cancellation email with a promise of making it
right.
Right. So we're kind of waiting on. Right, we're waiting on that part.
You'd think that so if I was running this business and I had two more days of releases, I would have just secured him one of those bikes, right?
Right.
That we had to cancel the one that he wanted. Hey, that sucks, but maybe we can. Here, we'll do this one instead and give it to you for the whatever price. I don't know what the price differences were, but give it to you for the same price if it was cheaper or whatever. But
right.
That's what I was expecting, but that is apparently not what happened. But more to come on that, I guess, to see. But did anybody else in the group hit?
Got the white one
Scotty
yesterday?
got the white one yesterday.
Right. I think he was the only one out of the immediate group that potentially got one. I think he's still waiting on confirmation and all that good stuff.
Maybe they canceled that one too. I think Dave said that the site couldn't handle the traffic and they oversold.
Which makes sense. I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. It's and we've seen it before. Like some of the releases that come to mind for me, the Three Tides release, the Ubix site. I mean that was like a 7-hour release. Like it was a shit show. It was so bad.
Right.
I was in the Middle East. I was deployed, and I was just at a point where I could just like keep refreshing. And I eventually secured a pair, but like, man, it was crazy.
It was a tough one.
Not the first time we've seen a website crash for van stuff.
Something like that though. That's gonna go. I'm surprised they didn't do a raffle.
Yeah, there was a lot of hype build up to it. You know what I mean? And they kind of overhyped it.
Months.
Yeah, like, it kind of messed that up. So.
Okay, so Dave just sent me the email. So it says, so this is from SE Bikes. So if you have received this email, you likely had your order for the Vans SE PK Ripper Looptail 20-inch canceled. Our bikes are in such high demand that our order processing system could not keep up with the crazy number of orders that were placed in only a few minutes' time. On top of that, bots tried to sabotage the launch by flooding us with duplicate and fraudulent orders. We caught and canceled these orders, but we were still left with an oversell situation. We would love to make this right by you and give you some other options to get on a rad limited SE bike through a local SE retailer. please send an email to info@SEBikes from the email you used for the canceled order, and we will get back to you with some good news. So it looks like they're trying to get him hooked up with a bike, but probably not a Vans bike.
Not the Vans bike. And it's like that black bike was an online exclusive according to their website.
Right.
So it's like, fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
So not a good, not a good situation.
It could get better. There's potential for it to get better. But like Bill said, I mean, the build up for this, the non-information, I know we had a couple people with some feelers out there that was trying to get information, and what one of the answers was weeks later after they asked and they didn't know was, oh yeah, well now they're already sold out.
Right.
That was like, you told us we didn't have it. Or you
so
didn't have
weird.
It already.
You don't know anything about the release, but now you're saying that you sold out 2 weeks ago?
Right.
What's really going on?
Yeah, once they start smelling the money, or the hype around it, then all of a sudden there's none to sell. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, oh, we're gonna keep one of these, or keep a few of these, or give them to the homies. Sell them to shop homies, which no different than the skate shops, right? With dues.
Yeah.
So it's gonna happen. You know?
I haven't checked eBay, so let's do that live. Let's see what.
There's got to be at least
what's
one.
up there?
What's odd is I didn't really understand that there was this bike culture, and I'm not surprised by it. So
I've seen, I have a couple of friends like NorCal who are into that kind of stuff. Lars is another guy that's into that, but it's also.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Worry. Baby girls. She's not.
I got the mute button here too. She's just on and off,
But yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, these bikes are pretty damn expensive, man. It seems like I don't even know how much they'd be able to resell them for anyway, right?
Well, there's one, the Big Ripper. I don't know what the retail was on that. We can check
one
and see.
bid at $2,000.
It was $1,000. It was $1,908.50 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They were close to $1,000. $1,000 shipped, 1,000 plus either way.
So let's
one
see
bid
what
for
just a
$2,000,
normal
I see.
Big Ripper is. Vans Big Ripper 949.99. So
Right.
So $950. After shipping $1,000. There's one for $2,500 with one bid on eBay right now.
So people are willing to pay double on them, I guess.
So there's one for $4,000 with no bids. One with 7 bids at $2,650. The white one, there's one here for $1,575 with 5 bids.
And I thought they said there's like 100 of each bike, so it's like that's not. I don't think that's that limited for that type of a product for $1,000 bike, but
there's
I don't know.
another Big Ripper 2,600 with 22 bids. And this
Not
is
for
on
how
top
easy
of,
it is for them to make that bike. That they could make that bike in an instant.
Right.
And the custom parts and
25,
all that good
50,
stuff.
22. There's a
'cause
few on here with a hell of a lot of bids that are going to sell for 2,500 plus of the Big Rippers. Now there's the black, the PK Ripper. There's one for $19.99 with no bids. White ones, the Blocks Flyer, a few here and there for $1,200, $1,400, stuff like that. But yeah, shipping on the site was $65. Here on eBay, it's $150 plus for the shipping. But some are offering free, so what nice guys. Free shipping.
Right.
I can't imagine shipping a bike. What a fucking nightmare.
it's got to be terrible, absolutely terrible.
It's be just crazy. 1,000 Big Rippers is what Dave said. So 1,000 Big Rippers, 800 of the whites, and
Jeez.
don't know
And there
how
should
many
be
of the
no
blacks,
resale
so.
fucking value on those. And
Only
they shouldn't have
250
sold
of the
that
black
fast if they were all online. What the hell?
Yeah. Oh, there's a black one, $13.75 right
Yeah,
now.
Hey, I think we're kind of under the conspiracy theory of selling out online, right? We know things sell out online. They sell out fast. Things get pulled. They create their own hype. Not that this needed it, but Bill,
It's the
Eddie,
name of the game. It's the name of the
if you
game
went
nowadays,
if you
man.
went to SC Bikes warehouse, I bet you there's boxes of them still,
Yeah.
guaranteed,
Yo,
guaranteed.
and like I'm sort of with with Joe. Like I didn't realize. I mean, I guess I knew that there's a bike culture. Like there's a a scene out there for bikes. We follow folks on Instagram who exclusively are into like BMX, right? The Vans BMX stuff. Jerry, he's
Mhm.
nothing but BMX stuff basically. You know, Lester, right? Lester Fanoia.
Oh, Lars. Yeah.
Lars, not
Lars
Lester.
Young.
Sorry, Lars.
Mhm.
Lars. Shout out to Lars.
Yep.
Super into bike culture, and like you see videos and stuff on
Yeah, yeah. That's that new
online.
bike culture. That's that new big bikes where they're like doing wheelies and
Right.
stuff, and they just cruise, mob it
Right.
up around town. You know, the old school BMX culture was always like the 20-inch bikes.
Mm-hmm.
The ones we grew up with as kids. It was guys collecting those bikes. But then
Right.
all these big bikes started coming out as a retro
Right.
for people who grew up, out of the size of those bikes, and now they want a bigger bike that's more comfortable but still the same. That's where all these came from, and
And
so, but now it's got its own little culture community thing going. It's pretty cool.
and I
They're dope.
if I remember back, sort of tying this into last week, and this might be a good segue, but the hundreds did a bike collab as well.
Yeah,
I don't remember what company that was though.
it was the half black, half white bike. I think it was a SE also. No,
Shadow Conspiracy.
was it the Shadow Conspiracy? The half
Yeah.
black, half white one. The fading, it faded from black to white, and the one tire was black, one was white.
This this one is different. This was like all chrome.
Okay, that one might have been a newer one.
Let's
They've
see.
done two bikes then, because my old buddy had the black and white bike.
Yeah, this one. Wow, you can still $1,300. You can get it
Hmm.
from the Badfish. Sold out at the hundreds though. Only $800
Yeah.
there. Let me see if I can find an image of the black and white. I remember. Yeah, there it is. Oh no, that's different.
Black and white. It's like it fades. It has
There
half.
it was SE. Yep.
It was right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Black and white. Yeah. Damn, that's a really.
It was like a
nice-
24, I think. 24 or
26 PK
26.
Ripper.
It was 26 PK. Okay.
Yeah. That's a dope looking bike. Wow.
Yeah.
I like that. And that was in 2009.
Right.
Was when that one dropped. The Shadow Conspiracy one I think was sooner than that, or more
Right.
recent than that, I should say. And that was in 2019. No, okay, they released another one in 2013. That's the one I was remembering.
Yeah.
The Shadow Conspiracy one from 2013. So I guess they've released 3 bikes. Wow. So, yeah, so that's dope.
But,
And
yeah, man. Yeah.
so back to so the hundreds. So I reached out to Bobby Hundreds. Last week we talked about collabs we'd like to see, and all 3 of us were like, hey, the hundreds no brainer. That's what we'd like to see. Well, I reached out to Bobby Hundreds and asked, hey, what's the deal with no collab with Vans? Y'all are in the same city. You're down the block from one another. You're seemingly all about the culture. Like we talked about this last week, but what happened, or why haven't we seen that, or is it in the works, or what? Well, Bobby responded and he said, hey, yeah, it's sort of funny. Vans actually used to reach out to me and we would talk about social issues. They would bring me in and talk about some of the social projects that they were doing, stuff like that. But then just sort of fell off. He said that, I guess I could say exactly what he said instead of
He wouldn't have responded to you if, I mean, you know,
If
he
it
wouldn't
wasn't
have
right.
wanted anything out. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think
if it
it's a
wasn't on his
secret.
chest, right? You know.
Or if he thought that you were going to share it, or he didn't want you to share it,
Right.
you know.
Um,
Or you're fucking everything up for us in the future. Really, getting any information from him. But either way, whatever.
yeah, so it says, so he said, yeah, that's a great question. They teased us multiple times with the project. In fact, there was a time where the president was asking me for free consultation, especially regarding social justice issues. I even came down with my team to Vans to share my thoughts. However, apparently they didn't think we were cool enough, quotes in quotes there, and cut off perhaps I should say, and cut off communication. So yeah, you know, it left a bad taste in his mouth, so it sort of soured the relationship. Not the response I was expecting at all. You know, we had
Right.
sort of speculated that maybe this was because they had their own line of shoes at one point, and so they weren't doing a collab with a competitor, right? But yeah, so that, you know, that just sort of, it bums me out. Right? Think about what could have been, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, there's two sides to every story too.
Sure, and we don't have Vans.
Who knows?
We don't have the side
Right.
for Vans, so.
And who knows how far it actually went. I mean, I don't see Bobby as someone who was not telling the truth or anything like that.
Right.
I think, why wouldn't he? He's from Southern California himself. That's his lifestyle. I guarantee you, he's probably had 1,000 pairs of Authentics. I would almost imagine.
Just assuming, right?
But yeah, that's two sides to every story. A little strange, but you know.
Yeah, it was real specific though. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you just felt like he was being used, I guess, for, you know,
Yeah.
for authenticity. You know, that's kind of the vibe, you know, that we got. It's like, oh, now you want to be about this or that. You know what I mean? But then
Right.
also, out of nowhere, you just stopped talking to us. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe it was
happened?
the Vanity Flare blockage.
Hey,
Yeah.
and you know, VF Corp, that's a whole thing, right? I mean,
Right.
Vans is one thing, but everybody answers to somebody, and
Yeah.
they answer to VF, and as we have seen, VF doesn't always make the best decisions, right? The Futura shit is just one of many, right?
Right.
That they've done. So, yeah, you know, who knows? But interesting to have sort of a response and sort of close the loop on that. But it's a bummer.
yeah.
It's a bummer.
So
What could have been?
Yeah.
I bet there's
Yeah.
samples. I bet there's samples out there.
Yo, that's, man, I didn't even think about that. That would be super cool
Right.
to see.
I bet they're sitting in Bobby's office. He does live every once in a while, and
you just
to be able to
look
see
around,
that.
huh?
I'm gonna have to
he's
keep
got
my
some
eyes
cool.
peeled.
He's got
on
some
this.
cool trinkets and toys, man. And I would imagine that there is 100 sample somewhere around there, sitting on an old school or a skate high. I gotta imagine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I
That's-
figure that's the easy part. You know, talking
Never
up with
fucking
friends.
see it.
You can
ever.
talk up with people in corporate and get buddy with people who can like start the project and get it rolling. But then once it, you know, meets, you know, legal or whatever, then
Right.
they start doing their like, you know, vetting, I guess. And that's when like, oh, well, there was this and that.
You can't
you
put
know.
a bomb on a shoe. Sorry.
Right.
And you know, we've
Yeah.
seen, you know, and who knows when that was? Maybe that was 2010 or 2005.
Right.
Like, who knows? You know,
Right.
we've seen stuff that, you know, that we definitely weren't. I wasn't expecting, like seeing Vans put "fuck" on a shoe, stuff like that. Like, so they've grown in that aspect over time,
Right.
which is interesting to see. So, you know, I asked
Was that
him-
shoe prior to the VF takeover?
I don't know when.
Yeah, you're talking about the Supreme one?
Yeah, that's just something I would think in the back of my head. Of like, okay, Vans as a company, this is a limited shoe. There's 1,000 pairs. Maybe I'm sure there's more, but you know what I mean. Like
That was
they're gonna go to this
2014.
shop. Oh, so it was way before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also the story was that Supreme has licensing with Vans, whereas other brands it's like you have to collab with Vans.
Right.
And I
Right.
get when it comes to licensing, that kind of means you just have access to the factory, right? You just like I can
Like
make what I
Japan.
want, right?
Like you just do whatever you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
how they get their whatever they. That's how they get blood and semen on a shoe.
Well, another great man. We are Segway Kings tonight. So
Bing, bing.
Tony Hawk has partnered with Liquid Death. Liquid Death is it water?
It is water.
So it's canned water, and they did a release, a very limited of about 100 decks. Tony Hawk decks, modern decks, not old school decks or anything like that, where they took a vial of his blood and they poured it into the paint that they used to paint the decks. And it's a cool looking deck. It's got an executioner with a Liquid Death can for a head, and he's holding the Tony Hawk skeleton, the bird skeleton.
Yeah, that Birdman skull or whatever.
And yeah, it's a dope. It's cool. There were 100. I don't know what retail was for these. I don't know if y'all caught how much retail was, but I don't know.
I didn't see it.
It's
don't know.
interesting. Part of it does go towards charity, so skate park project, as well as Five Gyres. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it's killing plastic pollution in the ocean. So. But
That's
a bit of
why
controversy, right?
Liquid
with
Death
these.
has the aluminum cans as opposed to plastic.
Right. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So some controversy with these though, because Lil Nas X did a shoe with blood in it as well, and like the entire, I don't know, not all social media, but every church lady and their extended family came down on him for that.
A little bit different of a situation though. A little bit different.
He had like 666 on the shoe and stuff like that. But also Tony Hawk sold his soul to Liquid Death in a contract for this. So it's and also Tony Hawk is a successful white skater, and Lil Nas X is a black queer musician in America. So,
Yeah.
You see, both of them had good press.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I mean, as shit on as Little Nas got, the shoe sold out. If it was actually shipped to you, I've seen it go for buckets of fucking money.
I'd love to have a pair of those. Fucking sick. I'd love to have them.
They're kind of dope. And I like 97. So
Yeah, 97s are
it's
sick.
It's a cool shoe. It's a black and red 97. Really, you can't go too wrong there.
Right. I'm a black and red's my shit. So
Right.
Guys, I want the other one. I want the white one with the holy water in it. That was the first one he did.
the Ineries.
Remember?
Remember those?
Oh
It
yeah.
was the all white one, and it had holy water and like.
Had like the baby blue bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's me.
Oh.
That's more my speed. Okay.
Look at us in Nike talk. That's our Nike chats.
Is this Nike talk?
No, you're right though. I think Tony Hawk got a little bit of grief, but definitely not as much. And I'm not one to turn into social issues. I think there are bigger social issue fishes to fry, and that's not one of them for me. I didn't care when Lil Nas did the shoe, and this week when I saw Tony Hawk did the board, I read it and I breezed over it.
Right.
So, still cool concept, pretty dope. Like, I mean, I don't know why you would put your blood in anything. I bleed and I freak out and cry just because I'm not really a big blood guy, but anyone could do their thing.
Yeah, it's marketing, right? and it worked. It worked. So
Right. It's cool to see Tony Hawk still marketable.
right.
Yeah, man.
And still doing things. I mean, so
Right.
going more Tony Hawk news. The Vert Alert in Salt Lake City. So they just built a new skate park right outside of Salt Lake City or in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I think so. It's just like I know it's just a big skate jam with all the old heads, the old head skaters.
Yeah, I think SVD's there. So there's
Yep,
a few other
Hasoy,
people out there.
Caballero. Yep, I've been seeing them on their Instagrams. They're all there. They're gonna be. I don't know if it's a competition or just a jam. Everybody's just hanging out. It's gonna be live streamed on Nitro Circus's social media or their YouTube and Facebook. So
Yeah, so it's a Vert event. 2 day. It just looks like it's a showcase. Yeah, 2 day Vert
Yeah.
showcase.
that'd be sick.
Free to the public. So if you're in Salt Lake City or around Salt Lake City, maybe worth it. It's like we've got starts tomorrow at 5 at the Utah State Fair Park. Tony Hawk, Hasoy, Cab, Kevin Staub, Mike Frazier, Burnquist, Sandra Diaz, Andy Mack, Lincoln Ueda.
Andy Mack?
Yeah, Andy
Yellow
Mack's
helmet?
gonna be there, bro.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, if you played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, go and live out your dreams.
Yeah, man. Legends Jam session on Friday.
It'll be dope.
And
And then
then-
there's a whole
yep.
thing. Well, it looks like there is a
Yeah.
competition on Saturday anyway, because it looks like women's and men's finals, and then 1 p.m. men's and women's best
Right.
trick. So they have some sort of competition.
Yep.
So that'll be dope. Cool to see. Salt Lake's not a city I hear about skate culture that much, but it looks like there's something there, right? So cool. Good for
Yeah.
him, keeping it up.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
So now, Top Star. This is something interesting.
Well, tell what it is first.
So, Top Star is a service, I guess.
I got you. I got you. So Top Star is a program on eBay. How you get into the Top Star program, I don't know. I've done research. I've made calls to eBay. There's a really big eBay community forum, like questions where eBay employees come and answer the questions. And long story short, I've looked it up and I've applied. I've applied probably 10 times with different answers each time, and I've never gotten anything back from it. I don't understand. I don't understand how you can get into this program. And the program, what it does is it allows you to buy, from what I've seen, shoes on eBay at retail. So Nike Dunks, SB Dunks, Yeezys, Jordans, you name it. They have a Top Star account. So you can see it as a regular user, but you cannot purchase. You could put it in your cart. You go to check out. It doesn't allow you to check out. It says, sign up for Top Star. We'll be in touch with you if we decide to choose you. A little bit from what I've read is that it goes along with high-end watches and sneakers. So I don't know if it's
So weird.
an amount of money, if it's like an amount of money you need to spend or
Gotta
what.
be, right? I mean, it's like sounds like a rewards program of some sort.
Well,
you
we would
know?
have heard somebody say, "Hey, I'm part of this. Look, I get fucking sneakers on eBay for retail."
Right.
Somebody would come out and say it. Some kid, some adult, a sneaker head
Well-
would come out and say, "I'm part of this Top Star program." To give some kind of information,
But
and
I
it's just, there's
think
nothing.
like one of the so if you go to topstar.ebay.com is how you sign up. You it's an invite only program, but you can let them know you're interested. So I don't know who invites you or how that invitation works, right? But the account is topstar_SB, and they don't have any SBs. They don't sell any SBs, which is weird. But whatever. I don't know the difference between a dunk and an SB anyway. So
Check YouTube.
Yeah.
so it's front, public facing, but when, like Joey said, when you go to buy it now, it gives you this error. We know this is a great find, but this item can only be purchased by Top Star members on the Top Star website. To learn more, go to this link. So one of the problems I see with this, and this is just speculation because there's really not a lot of info out there. If the only people who have access to this are these influencers and, big, huge collectors who have hookups anyway, then who is this for? They don't need to purchase shoes at retail because they already get them at retail, right? They're getting them no matter what, or they're getting them for free, right? From Nike or from whoever, from Adidas. So who is this benefiting, right? I don't know.
Well, it's the strange thing is that normally with stuff like this, you're really able to find information, and there's nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing on this.
Yeah.
So
even the homepage is like not even loading. It says an error page, so it's like, is weird.
Yeah, I mean it's so it's they're going through have to be going through a reseller, not a reseller, but a shop, right? A shop that is procuring these shoes, and maybe eBay's not helping them, but paying them the other part. Or I don't know.
It's probably Nike. It's them backdooring all their fairs.
Right. But they only have 200. So look.
Oh, there's Adidas on there too.
They only have 250 feedback.
Yeah.
And I was just looking to see how far it goes back in 6 months. So this program's been going on for at least 6 months.
Right. And they're obviously users. I mean, there's I know you can't see usernames anymore that buy, but you can tell. I'm sure eBay isn't really manipulating their own feedback system just to have this shitty service. What is this? There's like what's this one say right here?
Yeah,
I can't read that.
A neutral feedback, and it says, "Feel like everybody leaves positive feedback because we had access for being top buyers, but got to be honest and say this is probably one of the worst experiences I had buying kicks. Typically 2 weeks is what it takes to get them authenticated and shipped, but it was an extra week for me to get them. Shipping was way too slow, and so was the authentication process." So this was 6 months ago. So this probably was when they were working out the kinks with the authentication process, because it was pretty slow back then.
Right.
I don't know, man, but I Google searched Top Star just like on Google, and then locations. It's brought up. The first location was Top Star Inc., which is located in the Santee Alley in Los Angeles. Which, if you know about the Santee Alley, it's like nothing but bootlegs and shit. That's where you go to get fake vape and shit back in the day. DVDs being sold out of like baby strollers and all that kind of shit.
The location for the seller for Top Star is Plano, Texas. So I don't know.
You know who that is then. Nice Kicks.
Oh, Nice Kicks.
Oh.
Right? It has to be Nice Kicks.
Oh.
Because who's doing eBay's authenticating.
Oh.
Maybe that's speculation, sorry. I sounded really excited saying that.
I was like, dang, we just uncovered.
That's because I'm tired. Nice Kicks is terrible. They sold fake shoes back in the day.
Yo, they did. If y'all didn't know, your favorite sneaker blog used to be all of them basically used to be a store that sold fake shoes. They all were, which nobody talks about.
It's like they got a pass. Yes. How did they get a pass? I don't understand.
No, we gotta talk. We're gonna have a bootleg episode.
All right.
Coming soon, because we got some interesting things to talk about. But yeah, so this Top Star thing, I don't know. They started 6 months ago. There was a few things, but then the majority of them, like 230 of the responses are all, or 250 of the responses are all from the past month. So it looks like maybe they tried it out 6 months ago, and now they're ramping it up. But
Who knows?
yeah, I'd like to talk to somebody who is involved with this. Maybe part of being in the program is you can't talk about it. I don't know. Is it like Fight
Yeah.
Club? Like
Fight
you,
Club.
Right? Could be.
I mean, like I said, I've had someone on the phone and asked them about it, and I probably talked to somebody who had no clue, but they just said that there's no information on how like the qualifications for it, but you can apply for it. That's
Right.
That's where I was sent. Hey, go apply for it. I don't know.
And
I-
looking at, so we can't see the users, but we can see how much feedback they have.
But
And some of them have 40, 41,
Right.
85, 38. Some of them have a lot. One is even
Right.
an unregistered. How does that work?
maybe they were a user and aren't a user anymore,
Maybe,
or
yeah.
they did something silly on eBay, selling or buying, and maybe they did something that they shouldn't have done.
Top star. You lost your top star.
This is probably for people who purchase a lot on eBay and at like full price and at retail, and unlike us,
Oh,
we're
right.
searching
Yeah, because I'm
under,
looking at.
under retail and no and brand new shoes as opposed to fucking used Vans. We're still looked at as we're the redhead stepchildren
Right.
of sneaker collecting.
We're
Definitely.
not cool.
Yeah.
We
I
are
don't
not
know.
cool at all.
So it's weird, it's definitely something we wanted to talk about. I want more information. I want to know. I want to know
Yeah.
some stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. So that's top
Tag
star.
them in the chat. Maybe they'll respond.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right. So, Bill, you want to talk about some? Looks like you had a conference call.
Little one, I can't speak much, of course, about these things that I do, but just an
Secret
update.
squirrel.
So yeah, I had a nice little lunchtime conference call with the Vans family homies. So yeah, obviously they don't want me to talk about much of anything, but just know that there's a shoe in the works for next year. I won't talk about anything else like design wise or model, and of course right now it's in the phases of just mock-ups and ideas. Nothing's
is
in
the Vans
production. Yeah, but it is a Van shoe. Yep.
We gave him a little something. We gave him something.
Yeah, man. So that's good. That's good to know that like it's a go again.
Nice.
With the how it'll be released. I don't know. Maybe they do it the same way. That was kind of in talks too. Should we do something different? Another method for it. Things like that. Those are the kind of things that they talk about. Like how should we do this? What should we come up with? What accessories or what other things could we incorporate, any other contests or whatever that we could run, or cool things like that. So yeah, just an announcement about nothing really, just that there's
Well,
another shoe coming.
But it's nice to know that they're listening and they see us and they
Right.
hear us.
Yeah, man.
That's important. I think they value their customers.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and I think that July was this was, I mean, easily the biggest 31 days that we've had. So super cool, and Vans is clearly on board now with what we got going on. So that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
gotta
It'll
keep up
be easier to like ask for things or open more doors and
Right.
maybe see if they'll officially support. So that's stuff we all have plans of. To try to come up with proposals to ask for like a project or or an event or something.
Yeah, the
be
skids have been
exciting.
greased.
Yeah.
Right.
That's easy.
It's great because we have a little bit more validation.
Yeah.
I think that it helps us and it helps the community. The half cab was great.
Yeah.
They set the bar. I think the bar was set pretty high, and I don't, Vans lets us down very little,
Yeah.
so I think it's gonna be great to see what we have in store. As long as they don't do the what do we talk about? What's the first one? What's the first thing we talked about? The shoe,
The Boot
the
Skoot.
the boot skeet, the scoot, whatever.
Boot skeet, boot
Maybe
skeet.
maybe it will be a Boot Skoot. Bill, your next meeting, bring up the let's get it.
Yeah, man.
No,
Friends and
don't do that
family
though.
only. Boot
All yellow
Skoot.
with Vans family logos all around the side of it, for sure. Yeah, man.
I said they don't make mistakes.
Mm,
Yeah, so getting some cool accessories with it, something we always love.
yeah.
And so that would be dope to see something rad. That's something that Vans does. I think is cool with the accessories. I mean,
Yeah, man.
we clearly have a thing for them too.
Yeah.
These
There
are
it
these are
is.
super cool. Bill put all these together for
It's
the
inspired
event.
by the OG
So,
sticker packs, the ones
yeah,
that they gave out back in the days.
really
Just a
dope.
smaller little version of it. Yep.
Bill, I just had an idea,
Hmm.
and you could probably translate this a lot better when you have your talking, your meetings.
Hmm.
But obviously, with participation very high,
Hmm.
with the 31 days, maybe there's some way we could do like a 5 or 10 person winning a special box. You know, you see, I think you could probably feel the wavelength I'm kind of hitting you with,
Like the
but
like the gift packs, or like those like premium gift packs that they give out sometimes, like the end
like if
clothing double taps, that
right.
type of thing.
Exactly. Like if they're gonna come out with this shoe, there's 10 special edition pairs for the however they want to do it.
Sure.
The most like shoe, the most consistent poster, the most creative way of I don't know. I mean, just something would be rad, and that's just another way for this program
So
to expand and
yeah,
when July comes back around.
I'm wondering if, because like our one of our ideas that we've kind of talked about too, like with other groups, is like maybe having like a wrap up party or an after party. You know what I mean?
Right.
That would be super dope if we could get something like that done. And if we do that, it'll be like an invite thing, obviously, like RSVP. Hopefully, all of our friends. If we plan it ahead of time enough, then people can even plan to like fly out again. But
Right.
maybe we do it at corporate, do it at a Vans location,
Right.
and then yeah, maybe we have like a little awards ceremony like that and give out awards, announce them live. And
Yo,
that would be
Be
sick,
dope.
huh? It's like an awards ceremony for
I
posting up shoes,
love
or
it.
just have ideas. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
think
I don't
that's
know.
dope. And I think with things like this, like you I always say, you're right, that you can't get a yes if you're not willing to at least hear a no, right? So
Right.
maybe it doesn't happen, but we got to at least ask. We have to
At least have the
advocate for
ideas
it.
ready to go, right? Locked and
Yeah.
loaded. So, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna add that to my notes, like
And
an
and
award ceremony.
next year is Strictly Waffles 10th anniversary. So
Ooh.
we're the big 1-0 next year, and I think celebrating all through the month of July. We were actually founded in April, but whatever. The month of July, ending it with a big birthday party for SW. I'll be there. Hopefully not in the ICU, but
Right.
I'll be there.
I'll pick you up this time.
uh, yeah, I think that would be something that's super dope. We wanna make it big for everybody, make it fun, and we were talking about the like the special boxes and stuff. Like
Yeah.
when I'm reminded of, I don't remember why they did it, but it was like 3 or 4 years ago. They sent out a bunch of like personalized, customized shoes to people with like their names on the back heels.
The black skate highs, right?
Yeah,
With
the
the
black
embroidered
skate
name.
highs. Yeah,
Yep.
something like that would be dope, and they already have the facility for that. They do the customizations, right? And so,
Right.
just something simple like that, I think, would be dope to, um, for people, right? For the people. I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
Yeah, man.
We've got a
That'd
lot
be
of
sick.
time. And now that the three of us are consistent chatter with each other through the week, and I think we'll probably be able to nail something down.
Yeah.
And I think we'll have some help. I think we'll have the help of Vans too. I think
Yeah.
they see the importance of the community, and not of what we do. I think what we're doing it's extra, but it's
Man,
the
we're
importance
extra.
of the community that I think we're representing the community really well. That's
Yeah.
what I know what we're doing.
That's our purpose.
So that's dope.
Yeah, man.
So we want to talk a little bit about, speaking of accessories,
In the Vans family.
cool stuff that we like to see. Bill's got something he wants to share.
I got the new luggage tag that just came out
Hey,
on the Vans family app, the rainbow one. I have black and
Yeah.
white checkered ones, but this one's kind of cool.
that's dope.
Just came the other day, little rainbow version. This new webcam, I don't know, it doesn't
Yeah,
No, it looks good.
picks up really well.
You can see the colors, everything.
dope. Yeah,
Looks great.
man. So yeah, I know we mentioned it, I think before about maybe doing like a whole episode on just accessories. We should go and pull out like, or make it a topic every week. Pull out a few accessories and show off that, because we have a
Right.
ton. I think
Yeah,
random stuff that was not ever for sale, stuff that was
yeah. We talked
Vans
about like
family.
the Pogs, right? From
Oh,
before,
yo, dude,
the
I
frisbee.
brought those in actually. Here, yeah, I
Oh,
want to show
yeah.
you. Yeah, bro. Let me see that shit. Hold on a second. All right. So yeah, I was digging. So this whole topic had me go out and buy little plastic tubs to reorganize my sticker box, which is where these were at.
It
And,
never ends, though, right?
Yeah. So I found the pack there. So they did come with a slammer too, man.
What?
Yeah. So here, look, Vans USA Pog branded. See,
Official
it's got
Pog.
the official Pog brand. Stupid thing's not focusing. But yeah, dude, this one's in the
Wow.
pack still. The black one right there is the slammer. If you look, it's
Oh.
thicker than the rest. And yeah, dude, got random ones. So I also came across. I have another set
That's so
somehow. I
sick.
don't even remember how I got. I think this was the eBay one. I don't remember, but this one doesn't have the staple on it anymore, so I can take it out and let's see. I've never opened this one before. I've never bothered
Live on
messing with
stream.
them.
It crumbles in his hand.
Unboxing. The wind blows it away.
All right, so here we go. Let's see. First one, metallic foil, red. So
Uh-oh.
that's dope.
That one's
pretty
dope.
Sick. Pretty sick, Backside official.
Nice.
All right, make the stack and slam it, dude.
I know, dude. Watch.
That's a foil. That's a chaser. So that's
Yeah,
chase,
yeah,
the
yeah.
chase Pog, limited.
This one.
Oh my God.
Silver.
Look at that printing.
I know, dude.
Are they all metallic?
Let's see. Yeah, it looks like they are.
Wow.
Salmon Aga.
Yo, that is sick.
Dang, didn't see that on
I
the
wonder if he
set.
even knows that exists, right?
I know, right? Like, what? You guys use my fucking logo? Yeah. This
Nice.
one's dope.
Hell
It's like
yeah.
USA, right? The USA boxes. And then there's a globe one.
Globe.
Yeah.
That's
and
dope.
then the fucking slammer,
The
bro.
slammer.
Dang, son.
Do you know what
Yo,
year
tell
those
ya.
were?
The cardboard packaging does not. I was gonna see if this one had
Yeah,
the
maybe it
year.
had it on there.
Nah,
Nothing.
but I mean, it couldn't be before
Like the early 90s, right?
93, 92, 93 was when Pogs came out here, because I remember that was like my
yeah.
fucking sixth grade
Bro,
year.
I used to go to this store I was living in Maine, and I used to go to this store called Rennie's or Remy's. I think it was Rennie's. I don't know. It was a small like department store up there, and bro, I used to buy Pogs like by the
Did you have the
bag.
tube? Did you have the cylinder to hold
Yeah,
them
man,
all
I had
in?
the
Yeah,
cylinder. I had the big binder
Yeah.
took all my hockey and baseball cards out and put pog sheets in there so I could keep all my pogs.
Dude, we used to fucking run circles around all the chumps at school, man.
Bro,
I
it
would
was
come home
killing
with
it.
like stacks.
The steel torpedo slammers, like
Dude, yeah, the Annihilator,
Yes.
they had like those. I forget, they had all the different ones. Dude, yeah, we
8
fucking
balls and
ran
spiders
circles.
and
Dude.
yin yangs.
Yeah, man, that shit was dope.
Scoring Pog. I don't even remember how.
You don't. You just jackpot. What you do is whatever ones flip over, you take them. They're
That's
yours.
yours, bro.
It was gambling. So that's why they actually stopped it in our school because kids were like going home crying that their
Right.
pogs were getting taken by us.
Hey,
Like,
sucks to suck.
yeah, you basically put your pogs in a stack. You come up with a number, right? Okay, 4 and 4. So there you go. Throw an 8 stack down, slam it. Whatever flips over, you gather those up. That was yours. Then
Holy shit.
It's like
I
bones,
don't know if
baby.
it was. I don't know if you took turns or as long as you flipped one over, you kept going. I don't remember the specifics, but yeah.
Can you imagine if you had all the shit, like all the shit when you were a kid, and it like stayed pristine?
Bro.
The worth of it now.
The stuff
Dude.
that I had, it pains me. I've always been into like action figures and don't even get me started on Nintendo shit, but like
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles were like my shit, extremely my shit, and
Dang.
I had everything, dude. My neighbor was super into that stuff too, but he was getting a little bit older, and so they would have yard sales, and I would just buy everything for like a nickel. Like, here's an action figure for 25 cents, right? And
Literal Trump change.
not carded, but like
Yep.
like on in baggies with all the accessories. I had the sewer play set. I had the blimp. I had all of that, bro. That stuff now, it pains me because like loose figures. I watch them all the time on Shop Goodwill.
Right.
I don't buy anything because it's always out of my price range. But they'll like loose figures for. They'll have like a lot of like 10 loose figures, no accessories, and it'll be like $250.
That's crazy.
And you're just like, dude, what the fuck? What?
Yeah.
And I had so many, dude.
Oh man, dude, that's so crazy. I have it's beat the shit out of my parents' house, but the White Ranger Tommy, his Megazord, the dragon.
Yeah.
If that was in any condition to sell, I'd probably like $1,500.
Right.
It's just crazy to think like that. You know, shit we played with, and
It was trash, right? We were like, oh, I don't want this anymore. I
Like
mean,
all my mask toys, like all my characters, like
Yo.
the helmets would missing, like wheels would be broken off, and like they weren't worth anything. And all my old Silverhawks toys, and they're Super Sevens retroing those, like the Silverhawks
Yep.
collection. I was like, whatever happened to Silverhawks? You know, when I was a kid, because I had all of them. Same shit, man.
left them in the sand, the toy box, dude.
yeah,
Fuck it.
bro.
Yeah.
We used to
Hell
blow
yeah.
them up with firecrackers, melt them, like send them on these
Yeah.
rockets. I used to strap GI Joes to rockets and send them. And
That's
like,
funny. Yep.
like
yep.
that stuff now, like
Which is
video
probably
games.
why, as adults, we keep this shit. This is why
That's
we
why
have
now.
this addiction,
That's
because we're using it now, and then if we have it later and we don't need it anymore, it's like, hey, this is worth
Bro.
a fucking penny now.
Yeah.
I got a box, no lie, a box full of boxes that I have moved 2 times, and it's full of empty boxes. It's like iPad box, from like 5 years ago, MacBook box from 6 years ago, like, and it's because like now, boxes were just trash, but like the boxes now are what I love. Like if I'm buying something, I want it to have the box. I want my figure to be carded. I want my Nintendo games that I buy to have the box with them. And like, who cares about the iPhone 8 box that I have in my like? No one's gonna care about that, but maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm keeping it, because like I'm gonna mortgage my house with it one day. Like it's like it's sick now. It's ingrained in my head. I can't throw it away.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all we say it every week. Everything comes in cycles, and that's gonna go back too, and we'll be rich.
Right.
Yeah. Like I don't know why I kept all these, like all the vault hang tags, the leather ones. Remember this? Like I was like, I found a bunch of these in that same box. I was like, let me just show
They're super
all the
dope.
old stickers,
Like
just
those,
random.
like the double taps ones.
Oh, dude, yeah. On eBay I bought like this guy's like little set of keychains and stuff because it had the leather double taps crossbones one. I paid like $25 for all the extra crap with it, but I that's the one I wanted, was that one. So got a few of those.
I love the stuff like that, the little extras that they did, and
Cleanest packer app in the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at this one. Check out this one. John Cardio's epically latered episode.
Yeah.
That was the Vans DVD. That came, I don't know, I think Brant gave it to me or something. I don't know. They were given out at skate shops, I'm sure. But that, dude, I don't know if this came with Greg Hunt's or was it just like one of those syndicate accessories, but it's it's a postcard book. So, Greg Hunt's syndicate
Yo,
set. So
Oh yeah.
basically it's just a bunch of like postcards of like
I've
his.
never even seen that.
Yeah, I don't know if this, like I said, this could have been something Brant sent to me as well with a stack of shit. But yeah, it's just postcards. I don't know if that was given out or if it was in the box with the shoe. I've never owned the Greg Hunt's.
Yeah, I've got the Greg Hunt stuff, dead stock, and I don't have that with them.
Yeah,
I mean,
because it
someone
came
may
with
have
like a
taken it out, I
bag.
guess, but
His stuff came with a bag, right? But
They didn't
then
that
that cardboard. Okay, so that would have been like something that Brant would have got, right? So I don't know. I'm assuming that's where I got it. I don't know.
That's on my big hunt list. Is the Syndicate book. I don't know
Yeah.
why I've let it slip through my hand probably 15 times.
Dave's got like 20 of those things now, I think. Shit.
Oh, Dave.
Dave,
I'm sure Dave can
Dave's
hook you up with
asleep
one.
now, but
And like Dave just got Craig's signed one. Remember the one that Craig had signed
Right.
at Born Free and at the Syndicate event? He hooked Dave up with that. That's dope, man.
oh, that's sick. I didn't know that.
Yeah, when it came down this past time for the Wafflehead event, he gave it to us. I was like, dude, you better hold on to that. You're the only person in the world who has that book with all the signatures, even like Jeff Grosso's signatures on there.
Yo,
Like,
I was gonna say, like
dude.
those dudes ain't getting any younger, right? And
yeah, man.
we're already losing them. We're
Yeah.
already losing them.
Yeah, that's a super cool book to own. He got to guard it with his life.
I'm
Yeah.
at the game right now.
Yeah. But I'm sure
Yeah.
Dave's got like 50 more of those books. The number keeps going up.
Yeah, the you shared like one of the things in chat that I really love, and then like just like the old, the like the vault release books with all the high quality imagery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, I love that, and that
So
was like before. Now like we don't know about releases, right? They don't do that anymore. It's just like we just find out the day of or the week of or something.
Yeah, or the shops just get like really cheap, like photocopied,
Right.
like,
They'll get a
versions of it.
PDF emailed to them. We don't spend the money on that stuff anymore. But that's
I
the
mean,
sort
we go
of stuff
back
that's
and
cool.
we talk about like the Syndicate zine.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Shops are getting that once a month, and
Yeah, the newspapers.
Mhm.
I don't even know where mine are at, dude. I have every single one that came out because there was a lot of releases during that time.
Oh yeah.
So like I'd always get like one or two, with whatever I was ordering.
I learned more about DEF CON from that one.
Yeah, because they
zine
finally
than I did about
because they
anything
really
else, right?
yeah, I was surprised nobody really knew. We're like, oh shit, even all of those, which now makes sense, all the military themes and
Right.
like oh okay,
All
yeah,
the
DEF
mids
CON.
and
Yeah, all the mid schools, right?
yeah,
And then
mid
all the
schools.
various,
not skate
and then
mids,
all the
yeah.
various other ones, right? Like the TNTs,
Yeah, the TNT stuff is something that I've seeing a few of them pop up here and there on some of the Japan websites, but people want too much for them, or at least more than I'm willing to pay. I don't know. Maybe they're
at
worth
least
it, but-
two. Yeah, you don't see them for less than $250.
Yeah, and I don't know.
No, and they're not comfortable. They're
No,
hard as
it's
shit.
just it's definitely strictly for the collection for me. So,
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, man, we should do a future episode or just make it a recurring topic. We just dig through our junk of Vans accessories. I
Yeah.
think people want to see some of that
I like
stuff.
that. I think we could do that. Maybe once an episode we'll do that. I
Yeah,
like
we'll
it.
do like a few, huh?
We'll add it.
I was
add
gonna
it to
show you
the,
another one, but I'll hold off. I'll hold off till the next episode. It's like right here in front of my hands in my cupboard, like right above me. You want to see it? You want to see it?
Yeah, let's see it.
Before we wrap it up, what is it?
I
We're
want
at
a
about
tease,
we're
want a
about a.
tease.
You want to tease? I'll just show it to you. Let me pull it down without dropping all this shit. So this one,
Don't spill your beer.
shit, that shit's almost empty. It was already half empty and shit. So check this one out. This one's pretty dope. Civilis.
Yo,
They did a little saucer tea,
that is sick.
coffee, espresso, little set. Yeah, man.
That is
was
super
from
sick.
one of their releases that they did.
Do you know which one that was for?
That was the one after the beer. The beer release was like the first one, right? The beer flashing or whatever you call that.
Yeah,
And this was like they did the other one that was like the coffee espresso or something.
that's super dope. That's one of those things that you'll never Like we'll never. Maybe it'll come up on eBay. Like someone will sell like Van's mug or something on eBay.
Right. I might have got that from Dave. Too. I don't remember. Dave finds cool shit. He always gives me little accessories.
Yeah, Dave's always getting the cool shit.
The Double Taps Cantina is something that has eluded me.
Oh, the Navy one, right? Did I get one of those? I think I bought one on eBay actually. I did come across one. That's buried somewhere too. Shit. Thanks. I'll bring that up too. That you might get that for Christmas, you know?
Along with the Boot Skoots.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Word. So before we go, we can do a little bit. Shout out to Clayton. Last night he had Scotty on.
Homeboy Scotty.
Yeah, Scotty.
That was a good episode. I caught halfway. Yeah, no, up north more, like outskirts of Austin.
He's in Texas, somewhere in Texas.
Yeah.
But it's a super good episode. Really cool. Hear about Scotty and his Vans history, and Scotty worked with Vans for a while. I don't know how long he talks about it in the episode. I don't want to spill all the story. If you want to know,
worth
go watch it.
Yeah. It's something you'll learn some stuff. It's cool.
Right.
It's
a
good
dope episode.
Man.
And Clayton is I mean, he's good, right?
He's like a little diamond in the rough, man. A little gem there, man. Where the fuck you been, bro? Shit.
He's engaging because he's authentic.
Right.
Yeah, and curious.
Right. He's curious. He's authentic. He's genuine. I think those are really good words to describe him. Yeah.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, you can tell when I mean we see it, right? We watch some of the higher or more well-known publications. They do interviews, and it seems fake a lot of times.
No,
It's fake.
It's pretentious.
Right.
It's pretentious, and there's no substance to it. It's a lot of, hey, I have this and you don't.
Right.
And you might get it, but you probably won't. So I have it, and I'm letting you know I have it. I think we've all been like, you can get to that point as a human being, and I think it's good to have that balance for sure. And if you're able to earn something or you save up to buy, whatever the case might be, but the way Clayton started wearing waffles and the way he talks to his guests and the people commenting, I think it's all great. And
yeah, that's awesome.
I know he's sort of in our little Van circle now, which isn't that exclusive. So if you're listening to this, don't think you're missing out on anything. It's a lot of grump talk, but
right, old head stuff.
Right, but I think he's great, and I missed out on listening to it today, but I will be listening to it tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Yeah, so it's Wearing Waffles on IG at Wearing Waffles. If you're not a follower or not a watcher, weekly he does an interview there. Definitely give him a follow. Clayton's good people doing good work, and love to see it. New people, because he's younger, so it's dope to see younger people, like we're fucking 70 or something, but
right.
Younger than us anyway in there.
In streetwear years, we're
how many years is that in streetwear years?
Sneakerhead years, that's
Oh man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I think on that note, we will call it. Thanks so much for joining us, Julio. You've been blowing up the chat. I didn't ignore you. Sorry, or I guess I did ignore you. My bad. More Waffle Box logo tees, maybe. Who knows?
If you wear small, I'll send you one.
Yeah, no.
Gotta
you can fit it in your dog. We'll get it to you. But yeah, maybe more merch soon. I'm sort of inspired by the Pog, so I'm gonna do some research. But if you join us in chat, we love you. If you didn't join us in chat, we love you. You can watch this on VOD, video on demand on Twitch later. You can also, if you're listening to us, make sure you give us a follow. You probably already are following us if you're listening to us, let's be honest. But if some reason you found this without knowing who we are, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. And we will, follow us on all the shits, theauthenticara.com. So you can get all of our links to all of our stuff.
The YouTube and everything. Yeah.
I got three quick things before we go. One, Dave, I hope you get your bike, or I hope you get something as far as your bike goes.
Right.
Scott, I hope that you get confirmation on your bike. I know you're probably not in a panic, but you're probably in a bit of worry from what happened with Dave. So both of you guys, I hope you guys get your stuff. And then number 3, I want to give us 3 a round of applause because we are. Is this episode 8?
Episode 8.
This is episode 8, and guess what? I think we sound pretty crystal clear. We didn't have any sound like I see Bill, I see Eddie.
Yeah.
I can see you guys. There's no echo.
And I only spilled half of my beer.
Right.
We're almost getting the hang of this.
They were like semi-dialed in.
You know what? Really? This is our 10th episode, really.
True.
But, you know, the rest of it didn't count because I fucked it up. But no further. We got it. We got it going on from here.
Heck yeah.
Word. So pat on the back, guys. Good job.
Yeah.
Let's keep it up.
Good job.
All right. Well, we love you. We'll see you next week. Same time. Peace.
No doubt. Y'all later.